the foreign scene, President Zelensky on Monday in Kyiv said his country will find alternative routes to reach Africa and Asia in a bid to keep food prices down and prevent starvation in destination countries of export following Russia's current offensive move. President Zelensky said this at the office of the President of Ukraine while welcoming half a dozen international media executives currently on the fact-finding mission sponsored by the Public Interest Journalism Lab based in Kyiv, led by the famous Ukrainian journalist Natalie Gunemek. The Grain from Ukraine program is a UN and Turkish brokered arrangement that lets Ukraine export grain to African and Asian markets through the Black Sea port of Odessa in southeast Ukraine.
Now, this is not the first time it has done this, Mr. Zelensky told, remarking that Russia is constantly provoking to disrupt this agreement. Therefore, he believes that the decision to sign a document on the creation of a grain corridor with Turkey and the United Nations, rather than with the Russian Federation, was a very prudent policy. He believes that an agreement personally with President Erdogan of Turkey and personally with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He told them that Ukraine is ready to work in the triangle, but it will be impossible to work with Russia. The grain program helps prevent several millions of people around the world, about 62 million in Africa, from suffering from food insecurity, and has former Vice President of the World Bank and Nigeria's former Minister of Education, Obiageli Ezekwesili, and 2 other African leaders as its ambassadors.
Well, since the Ukraine-Russia war of 2022, Russia has blocked the major Black Sea shipping routes through which Ukrainian exports reach the world markets. Last year in November, however, the United Nations and Turkey helped secure a corridor through which Ukraine can still fulfill its food export obligations to the world market once Russia certifies through its inspection that vessels bearing the grains are free of arms. The Russian inspection program has always been a butt of criticism for what Ukrainians describe as willful delays designed to ensure that Russia continues to monopolize the global grain markets. Russia and Ukraine contribute a third of the world's trade in wheat, barley, sunflower, and corn, strategic grains that put food on the table of most of the world's poor, particularly in Asia and Africa. Now, since its launch, and with a pledge of more than $200 million, no fewer than 30 donor countries have signed up to support their initiative, amongst who are Turkey, Qatar, Japan, Norway, Korea, Canada, and the USA. A visibly bitter Mr. Zelensky said Russia's decision was predictable, being simply a format of jumping on the grain and agricultural market in order to block Ukraine and be the only major exporter in the region. It is absolutely clear that in order to solve their political issues, to put pressure and to make money for their companies, to put pressure on African countries, Asian countries, and European countries as well.